Hello students, welcome back in your online classes for English. Hope all of you are fit and fine at your home and all of you are taking good care of your health. I just request everyone, don't go outside till the time it's very urgent. So let's come to the study part. Hope all of you have given your exams very nicely, and whatever the doubts or the confusions if you ever seen, as I asked you in your last class, there were no doubts. So today we are going to start your new chapter. In our last lecture we have studied all about modals, modal auxiliaries, and in our today's lecture we will talk about verbs, but these verbs are going to be described in the form of finite verbs as well as non-finite verbs. You are already knowing that what is verb. Verb is an action word which performs an action in a sentence, right? Which is the main word which describes you what subject or a doer will do. But what is the role of finite and non-finite verbs? So this is what you are going to study today. So basically verbs are divided into two parts. The one you have already studied in your previous lecture, that is auxiliary verbs, and the second most important, that is the main verbs. Main verbs which performs an action and which tells you that what the subject does. Now let's just describe more about your finite and non-finite verbs. Okay, all of you are a student of mathematics. You're already aware about a finite word, right? Finite or infinite. So finite which is limited, infinite where there is no limitations. So what exactly is finite verb? Verb always work for whom? Verb works for subject. So if your verb works according to subject, according to the need of the subject, if verb changes their form, then it becomes our finite verb. It can be at the place of noun, tense or number. These are the types which can be changed by a verb, but verb can change only according to the subject. So this is a kind of agreement between verb and subject, that verb can change its tense, verb can change its person, verb can change its number, but it has to be according to the subject. And when this kind of changes will happen, then we will call these verbs as a finite verb. For example, you have already studied about tenses. So tenses can be defined into past, present, future. When you talk about person, it can be a first person, second person, third person, I, we, you, he, she, it, they. When you talk about numbers, numbers is all about singulars, plurals, right? So I think it will be more good if you will see some more examples. I have taken some help from the YouTube. I found a very good video over there. I have got these clips. I have taken the screenshots, but I'll explain each and everything to you. If you find any doubt anywhere, kindly note it down in your copies, and when we will just have your Google Meet class, you can ask me your doubts at that time. So students, when you talk about verb change as per the tense, remember tense always talks about the past, present or future sense, right? If you see the first sentence very carefully, I play cricket every day. Which tense it is? I play cricket every day. It's a present tense. Absolutely right. And when you talk about I played cricket every day, so this is a past tense. Played, ed is used, and you are already aware that it's a past form, V2 of our base form of our verb play. So you can see both the sentences are same, but only verb is changed. First sentence it is in present tense, but the second one is in the past tense. So you can see it carefully. The play word changed according to the subject as well as according to the tense. So this tense needs changes. When you talk about present, it changed in play, but when you talk about past, it changes into played. So where the verb change according to the tense to show you the timing, a certain duration, the time duration, then it becomes our tense. So this verb change as per the tense. So this becomes your finite verbs. Hope it is understood to you. Now let's go ahead and try to understand how verb can change as per the person. It is the easiest one. When you talk about as per the person, you're already aware. I run a mile daily and he runs a mile daily. They have used s after run, and that is just due to the subject and verb agreement. That chapter I already told you. So I believe this is the easiest form that you can understand, that I run. I is the first person, so it comes with run, and he is our third person, so it comes with the runs. So you can see it carefully. Again your verb is run, but it changes its form from run to runs, just as a person. So when again your verb changed, again it becomes our finite verbs. Let's move forward. Now let's come to the verb change as per number. So student, when we talk about numbers, it simply means singular and plurals. When we talk about one thing, we have used is as a helping verb. When you have when we talked about many, more than 2 apples, then you have added are as a helping verb. So you can see it carefully. Apple remains same, apple over there. But according to one apple, we have used the helping verb is. According to apples, the plural one, we have used are. So you can see it carefully that the verb changed its form according to the number, according to singular and plural. And then again, this kind of verb becomes our finite verbs. Hope your doubts about finite verbs and how the changes will happen in according to tense, number and person is clear to you. But if you still have any doubt, please note it down. We will discuss later on. Now move forward. You have understood now what do you mean by finite verb, what changes happen. So what is actually non-finite verb? So obviously it's a non-finite, it means opposite to finite. In finite, there were an agreement between verb and subject. Verb changes according to the subject requirement if it is in tense, person or number. But in non-finite verb, there is no such agreement between verb and subject. So there will be no changes in their tense form, person form or number form. How? Let's see. I found his office at a walking distance. Try to listen this sentence again. I found his office at a walking distance. If I read the another one, Akash will find his office at a walking distance. So I found is already a past tense, and again you can see there is another verb used, walk, with ing, walking. 2 verbs are there, and that is nothing to do with your tense or person or number. They have just used a verb without as per tense, as per number, as per subject, as per person. And in next sentence, this sentence is all about future. Will. Akash will find his office at a walking distance. So again you can see that the changes they have not done. They have simply used verb where the verb is not related to the tense, person or number. It is just for to give you the meaning of the sentence. So this kind of sentences becomes our non-finite verbs. Let's go ahead, and when I try to describe you about non-finite verbs, sometimes non-finite verbs work as adjective, noun, adverb. It do not function as verb. The verb the verb function is to perform as a verb to show you the action of a subject. But sometimes these verbs work as an adjective, sometimes as a noun, and sometimes as an adverb also. So there are no work according to the verbs, but yes, it works as an adjective, noun or an adverb. How? Let's discuss about an adjective. You can see the sleeping cat is brown, but sleep is a noun. Sleep is a verb according to us. But if you will read this sentence carefully, our subject is cat and we are giving more information about this cat, that this cat is sleeping cat. So the sleeping cat is brown. So here sleep word is not working as a verb. Sleeping gives you more information about the cat, and when we get a more information about our subject with the help of a word, that becomes our adjective. Very good. So let's go ahead and let's talk about your noun, how it work as a noun. Running is a good habit. Now you see that whenever we just go for a sentence, the speaker or the doer becomes our noun or our subject. So here running is at the place of subject. So running is a good habit. But running starts from a run. Running word, like running has the base form, that is run, and run is a verb. But here you can see this is not used as a verb, it is at the place of noun. So sometimes these verbs can work as nouns also. That is the reason it becomes our non-finite verbs, not our only verbs or finite verbs. And let's go for how it works as an adverb. When it works as an adverb, for example, Alia went to the UK to study. Right now it gives you more information about your verb. Now main verb is went, but where Alia went? She went to UK for what? For to study. So study is the more information about the verb, and it becomes our adverb at this place. So you can see, students, that simple thing you have to keep in your mind. If your verb actually works according to the subject and changes its forms for according to tense, person or number, then it is our finite verbs. When verb is there, but sometimes it may work as adjective, adverb or noun, and there is no such changes according to the subject, it becomes our non-finite verbs. So hope students you have understood the main concept, what is finite and non-finite verbs, and now your chapter has more clarification, more knowledge about your non-finite verbs. So we will discuss about your non-finite verbs, which has to be discussed. There are 3 more parts which we will discuss in your non-finite verbs. That is all about gerund, infinitives and past participles, and this we will discuss in your next lecture. So just be ready with your books and copies so that we can just go ahead and have your class on Google Meet. Thank you, students.